Imagine, for a moment, a people trapped between their past and their future. A vast sea before them, an enemy army closing in behind them, and no place to turn. Their hearts are heavy with fear, and yet God has promised to deliver them. This is the story of the Israelites at the Red Sea. It all begins in the wilderness, under the blazing sun. The Israelites have been freed from the harsh slavery of Egypt, but their journey is far from over. In the distance, they see the mighty Red Sea stretching endlessly before them, its waters dark and seemingly impassable. Behind them, Pharaoh's army marches in pursuit, chariots rumbling, dust rising like a storm. And there they are, caught between the raging sea and the relentless Egyptians. Fear grips their hearts. "Why have you brought us here to die?" they cry out to Moses, their leader. "Were there no graves in Egypt?" Their voices echo with doubt, their minds clouded with despair. It is in these moments of fear, these moments of impossible circumstance, that God's presence is most profoundly felt. Now's that God's promise to deliver them is sure. "Do not be afraid," he says. "Stand firm and see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today." As the Israelites look to Moses, they see the hand of God moving. But then, something happens. A cloud, thick and dark, shifts in the sky. The pillar of fire that has guided them by night now moves to protect them. It stands between the Israelites and the advancing Egyptians, like a shield, blocking their way. The enemy is stopped, momentarily frozen in their tracks. As the night deepens, the wind begins to blow. The sea, so still, so calm, suddenly stirs. A powerful east wind sweeps across the waters, parting them as if the sea itself is obeying the will of God. The waters rise on either side, towering like walls. And in between, the ground is dry. The Israelites, once filled with dread, now stand in awe. Before them is a path through the heart of the sea. It's narrow, but it's there. The path to freedom. The air is thick with salt and the scent of the sea. The ground beneath their feet is firm, yet they walk in the shadow of something immense, something so powerful it could sweep them away with a single wave. Yet it doesn't. God's hand is holding the sea back, and He is holding them. What would you do in that moment? Would you walk forward, unsure of what lies ahead, but trusting in God's promise? Or would you hesitate, paralyzed by fear of the unknown? With courage rising in their hearts, the Israelites step forward. Each footfall is a step of faith, each breath an act of trust. And as they move through the parted sea, they know that God is with them. The journey is not yet over, but they are not alone. But Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He orders his chariots to chase after them, to follow them through the waters. The Israelites are not yet safe. The sea closes in behind them. The ground shakes. The chariots approach. And then, at the moment of their greatest fear, God tells Moses to stretch out his hand over the sea. And with that, the waters return. The waves crash down upon the Egyptian army. The sound is deafening. The chariots are swallowed. The soldiers are swept away. Not a single one remains. And in that moment, the Israelites know, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that God has delivered them. He has made a way where there was no way. The sea that threatened their lives is now the very instrument of their salvation. What do we learn from this? The Lord who parts the seas is the same God who walks with us through the stormy waters of life. When we face our greatest fears, when we stand at the edge of the impossible, we can trust that God will make a way. And just as God delivered the Israelites through the waters of the Red Sea, He has delivered us through the waters of baptism. Through Jesus Christ, the ultimate deliverer, we are freed from the bondage of sin and death. Just as the sea parted for the Israelites, so the way is opened for us to walk in new life with Christ. And so, from Genesis to Revelation, the story of the Bible unfolds with one promise at its core: God will make a way for His people. From the Red Sea to the cross, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Let us remember, as the Israelites did, that in our greatest moments of fear, God is with us. He is making a way. And He will lead us home. And so, we are left with this question: when the waters of life rise against us, will we trust in God to part the seas? Will we take that step of faith, knowing that He has already gone ahead of us? In your life, where is God calling you to trust Him more deeply? And how might He be parting the seas before you, even now?